heroes like just a regular dude. Yeah, if you don't want something else, just pick Vexana.
Just pick Vexana.
Oh, they take
took
the
it.
Mathilda away.
They block out Chaknu's possibly best choice.
Yeah.
Now that leaves Chaknu, what, with a Grok?
I was wondering if we'd see. Wouldn't that be a debut?
No.
Or have we seen
It
Grok?
would be. Yeah, it would be. Wait.
In the league? This
No,
season?
like this season.
It would be.
We haven't seen a Grok yet, right?
It would be.
I know they both obviously like to play it, but it'd be interesting.
You know what would be interesting?
What?
Chaknu Angela.
Ah, there's this. This is not an Angela first phase.
It's like Sinigang and coffee.
Yeah, that doesn't
Doesn't add up.
doesn't add
Doesn't
up.
mix well. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait!
Wow.
Hold up.
Wait,
That's
the Edith I can get behind.
That's a Baksha roam.
So, interesting story.
Huh?
I've tested this. The Baksha roam actually works in specific comps. And in this case, it's gonna be good against Harith. It's gonna be good against Hilda. But inherently, even though it's a natural counter, because like you reduce the amount of heals that they get.
Yeah.
But it's inherently bad against Mathilda, because you jump a target, they just get pulled out. What's next?
Man.
I'm pretty sure Omega has calculated the risk. They're willing to go for it. And TNC answers back with a vengeance. Lancy picking up that Valentina. Great ults to pick up. The electrifying beats. The primal wrath.
They're not switching.
Magician.
And that's about it.
There's not switching. It's a roam Baksha.
Crimson Beacon, yeah, it's an extra level of mobility, you know, survivability.
Yeah.
So it is a roam Baksha.
Yeah. I thought they were going to switch it up, like putting the Edith on the roam and then XP Baksha. But turns out, Chaknu is playing Baksha.
That would automatically suck for Chaknu, though, because he's in mid, right? He's playing a duel against a duo. That's Lance. He's going to kick his butt.
Yeah. It's a Val and a Mathilda. Those two kick a lot of Bakshas.
All right, well, Chaknu's going to have to deal with that in a different way by rolling out. Here's that index. Check out the stats against TNC. Much better across the board, but Omega might just have the poison. They might have the venom here to change the way we understand how Baksha works. Has there ever been a Baksha in the roam in Season 15?
Yeah, no. Not in Season 15.
Not in Season 15.
See? So this is a roll debut.
Yep.
Welcome
And
to
with a
Mobile
Revitalize.
Legends.
I'm hearing the gears. I'm hearing the gears, bro.
You're feeling him. You're feeling him.
Yeah.
Game 1 between the Barangay and the Phoenix Army. Once more, Omega needs the points, man. TNC so steady.
To be fair, with the Guinevere's, the Jawheads, the likes, you know, the Baksha, those act the same way. He's a very good leasher in the early game, but he has nothing to do up until the level 4.
He might not have anything to do, but maybe he's in a way able to just be a distraction enough to on the back end. If he goes for the back line, you know, with this, depending on really how Chaknu plays this roam Baksha, since we haven't seen it too often at all, that could be a big part of if this works in Game 1 or not.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, Joseph, there is no back line. TNC are fighting in the paint. Look, they're all relatively mid-range.
Yeah, Harith, Val, Tsuyu. All these heroes, they want to get in front. We're going to get it up front personal. But for TNC, the good thing about their composition is that they don't have to worry about getting stunned. Because, like, again, as I've said earlier, you can just get pulled out by the guiding wind from Yaoi. Even though it's, you know, the Baksha does counteract some of the benefits of having the Mathilda on the playing field, like the heals and stuff. Matter is, you have to close out these skills.
Okay, Chaknu's already going to pop that Revitalize. They were trying to follow up. He's just going to get whittled down here until he goes down. First blood for Coil. First one of the game.
Ukir, I don't know what the communications were, but hey, man, I can deal enough damage. Lewis in trouble.
Oh, no. Lewis is going to be in trouble. And no, another kill. Come in the hands this time around with 3 more. This isn't looking too good for Smart Omega already. First turtle is up. And I don't think they contest this at all.
Deja vu. Again, I was just wondering, what are the players of Omega saying to Ukir to make him say, yeah, just keep fighting, bro. I got him. I got him.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually just, you know, a Zushin thing. But Smart Omega, they don't have damage. They don't have the kit to deal with the heroes of TNC, especially up against a Suyo, a Val, and a Mathilda. Now the effect is, you lose mid.
And it's miserable because even Andorio's like, man, I gotta catch up on the farm. He Retribution's a small camp. That's how bad it is, and that's how scared he is for his own farm.
Yeah.
That TNC is gonna start rolling into that side of the map.
You were asking this earlier, Leo. You know, what about Jome? He's been pretty consistent in his lane. I think this is the case. Like, Jome, he doesn't have control of what's happening here in the early game, and most of their games for Smart Omega, it falls apart before it even gets to the point where Jome can shine.
Yeah, if we just try to get into Jome's head right now, thoughts would be running. He would be feeling like, okay, I can take off my lane. How about you guys? You guys good?
Yeah. And that evolves as the game goes on. It's like 3 minutes, it's that. 7 minutes, like, fellas, what are y'all doing? Big J's trying to work here, and Big J is behind maybe 100 gold from Benny Cutie here, who, by the way, is top in the charts. Benny Cutie, amongst all gold laners, he's doing great in Season 15.
Yep. Now, TNC, they're feeling that they have the momentum. The joy at the moment cannot contest this Mathilda and Sui combination. So Coil is free to roam the map, basically. Free to even invade in the jungle of Omega.
Yep, look at that. Almost perfect pathing. You can call him King Coil, the way he's gunning for that 15 level at 9 minutes. Check it out here. See, they're threatening even Andorio's little rock Ursa.
Oh, they
now
were
the flip.
They're going to go in. They use the flicker, already getting 3-mar. 3-mar just escapes with the amount of utility. So look at that. Smart Omega throwing a whole lot and getting a whole lot of nothing.
They have no damage. They've used the flicker on Luis. They've used every damage spells that they have. And the only thing that they forced out on the side of TNC was the guiding wind from Yawi.
I don't think you even say you force out a guiding wind. That's literally just a second skill, my dog.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, Omega, they're putting all effort to take down the Hilda. But they save him.
Oh, no!
They're going to fight again. Once again, they're going to be in trouble. Revitalize going to be popped. 3-mar's the one to go down. Couple flickers used. Antonio somehow gets the turtle, though. Still going to be breaking on the fight, and Lancy will escape with the guiding wind. Ukir does jump in with the Binkin and makes TNC retreat. So, hey, they get on the board. They get an objective.
Well, I'll be damned. That's all they needed. Midnight, they needed Big J to be part of the engagement.
Well, if you're asking for big damage, of course, it is going to come from the Granger. The timing is there. Fortunately for Smart Omega, Turtle spawned on the top side, so they did have some form of damage. But is it enough?
Oh!
Okay, he's going to be fine, Luis. Luckily there to stop Benny Cutie. I'm not sure if Benny Cutie would have even been able to get that kill, but yeah, we're back to it, and now it's more or less even across the board, at least in the item-wise here, as we take a look.
Okay, for actually Andorio is getting a lot of farm. Has a higher gold, has a higher net worth over Coil. That's surprising considering that Coil has been invading a lot of jungle creeps on the side of the Omega.
Uh-oh. Team Martese here running around. And there's a conceal coming in.
He gets dragged. 3-mar could be in trouble. Rest of the team trying to help him out, trying to get the bush. 3-mar goes down, but they're going to force the fight under the Zaman Force. Benny Cutie popping off, looking for Chakdu.
Wow.
Won't be able to get him, and Lancy won't either. Going to be chasing down Chakdu. Chakdu still on the run, but finally, Lancy comes in. Ooh. Coil joins the fight. Will be able to find Jome. Takes him out with a Soul Sever. TNC finds 2.
Yeah, the Blade Surge did not hit, but fortunately for Coil, the Retribution Slow was there to be able to catch up to the Granger and TNT. Even though there's a couple of like targeting mishaps on their side, they still are the stronger lineup in this mid game.
The Barangay overheated. It looked great until it didn't, because the rest of TNC were ready to answer back, and Coil finally finding his footing. Looking at it again, he's catching up. Again, he was down like, what, 200, 300 gold earlier? Now he's about on par with Andorio, who I reckon took a lot of the gold from that bottom lane tier 1. He chopped away the shield, and now they're looking to go last turtle on the line.
Going for the turtle here, and Dora's going to be able to secure it, but the fight already breaks out. Chakdu's gone, and now Luis in trouble under the Zaman Force of Benny Cutie. Benny Cutie looks for one. Now going to be looking for Jome. Jome's going to be chased down by 3-mar and Yawi as well. They'll clean up the kill as Yawi takes out Jome.
Yeah, this is going to be a big problem for Smart Omega. Even though it looked like they were having fun with the Baksha, it was making sense for some of the few and key team fights that Omega were winning, especially with Andorio being consistent on the Turtle Steel. Bigger story is you have no catch against Benny Cutie, and he's rocking a Purify. Even the jump from Chaknu or Luis can just get purified. Yeah, sure, your tanky targets, But we only just need to take down Joe.
And the thing is, Benny never needed to use his Purify. Not 8 minutes into game number 1. And who's going to catch him, right? You already mentioned Lewis, you already mentioned Chaknu. How is Andoryu supposed to get the job done? How is Jome supposed to get the job done? Because Jome is afraid of Lancey. Jome is afraid of Coil too. Hell, even Three-Mar. Three-Mar's been taking heads.
Yeah, he's an easy target here for TNC. Andoryu has to find a good angle where Yawi has already exhausted the guiding wind, because that's the only case that they take down this Harith. If Yawi is not able to save Benny Cutie in time for the electrifying beats to come through.
Oh, look at this. Down bottom, Andoryu doing some work. Chaknu engages.
Chaknu jumps in. Guiding Wind's going to be able to find a couple of members, and into the Soul Sever. Chaknu's gone, and they're going to fight under the tier 2. Benny Cutie popping off with his Dominant Force. Looking for Lewis. One hit away, but will be able to get away. So the turret goes down. Only one body, and that's Chaknu for TNC.
And that turret. They lose that tier 2 up top, but Andoryu does find his mission accomplished down bottom. But that's all they get.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Benny Cutie missed a Chrono Dash there. Could have taken out Luis. Could have gone for more. Even a tower in the middle lane, it's not safe anymore for Smart Omega. But now comes the Lord fight. And I think Smart Omega, they don't have the capacity to contest this Lord, even if they jump all 5 members onto a single hero.
Let's see which hero that is. It's not a TNC who they're willing to throw out. Might be 3 Martizi. Gets hit with a Crimson Flare. And he can't be touched again. He's already built that Radiant Armor.
Yeah, he's pretty tanky himself and just will heal up in the bushes here with that passive. So Lord is up, and it does look like, hey, Smart Omega, they don't mind that they've been losing all these team fights, that they're actually willing to go ahead and show face here for this first Lord.
Nope, not going to take this line down. Smart Omega staying within range. The Lord Dance has begun. Quick knock-up, Lord at half health. Benny Cutie still holding on to that Purify and that Zaman Force, and soft reset.
Going for the reset here, still half health. Andoryu on that far side, just kind of letting the team, but that's the thing too, there's a lot of poke here from TNC's lineup.
Yeah, just look at Benny. Very far away from the damage dealers on the side of Smart Omega, and they're just letting Coil tank the Lord damage because he does have lifesteal. Oh, they're jumping on the Harith.
They might go too. A couple seconds on that flicker from Luis, so they might wait for that to actually force an engage.
Revitalize.
Revitalize is actually going to be used.
Chaknu?
By Chaknu. They already have that information. And Dory's going to jump in. They might want to just go ahead and reset this and wait.
That's another one coming through. Lord now with a 5th of its health, an 8th, a 10th.
Oh, they're going to go for it. And Coil will be able to secure the Lord. Now Lewis on the run. Pops a Primal Wrath, going for 3 Mar. And now the rest of the team comes through as Benny Cutie finds Luis. Very easy job for TNC. Gets the objective and now looking to take the mid turrets.
The Phoenix Army is eating good. Omega got nothing out of that.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised as to how close that Lord Dance was. But again, it's hard to out Retribution a Suyo with a Soul Sever Retribution combo. And they lose Luis off the back of the Lord contest. I was going to say, again, they didn't have the capacity to contest that Lord from TNC. But TNC, they did play it slow. They did play the disciplined approach to the Lord Dance, and now they're going to be able to wipe out the outer towers of Smart Omega, and that forces the Granger and the Joy to stick inside their base, and that's not fun, especially for Andoryu, because you have to go out, you have to get this farm, you have to complete your items for you to be able to land the finishing blow onto the Harith.
Robert, not fun is an understatement. I'll tell you now, the correct term is miserable.
Miserable
as
indeed.
A Granger and as a Joy, you are going to be begging for alms. They are so down on gold right now, approaching the 5K mark, and Andoryu's doing God's work. Look at that. Andoryu's like, all right, we can push one up top.
He's having his own concert up top right now, and it's kind of what he's got to do. And I guess you want to look at the bright side, Smart Omega held on to their shields. Yeah. You know, and that Lord was taken. They are down about 4,000 gold, but ultimately they keep things together.
Again, this is symptomatic of Midnight's observation. TNC are super conservative. They are taking it slow, and they're not rushing anything.
Yeah. Even though, as much as I would say, I'd praise that approach from TNC, they have timers, by the way. It's still a Joy. Yes, you have a Harith, you have a Mathilda, there's damage, there's saves from TNC, but you gotta respect Andoryu's timings as well. Once he hits that spike of the Joy where he just one-shots the heroes on the side of TNC, he is gonna become a problem as well.
They're gonna pull this in. Now, 3 Mar gonna be in trouble, gets tossed in the air. He does get away with the guiding wind, though. Still gonna be alive, and now the circling eagle from Yawi, able to find too. Knocks them up, and the follow through. Luis goes down as well. 2 already down. So even with everything thrown at 3mar, he survives, and TNC finds 2 bodies.
And this whole time, Andoryu just got out of the fight, secured his orange, and said, fellas, I'm just going to take what we can, all right? House is burning. The house is burning.
I mean, that's a good way of approaching this game. You just gotta get your trades.
Benny goes under. He's gonna be able to find Nukir. He made it look so easy, and Joam just couldn't do anything but watch.
I don't think Benny's popped the spear fight yet.
Not a single time.
Yeah.
You're right.
Could have just gone for a flicker, honestly. or a flame shot. I don't know.
Again, this is TNC at their most respectful era yet. They're just like, we're not gonna slip it up, man. We're not gonna let you do that.
Yeah. Again, though, still gotta respect the timer of the joy. Like Andoryu's way or approach to this game has been very methodical. Like you get the good trades that you can. You're trying to lose less when you're losing the team fights, but you're also getting more farm off of Andoryu splits, off of him surviving these unfortunate clashes. So now you're at the point where you just need to breathe a little bit more.
Is this the timer, though? He's got Divine Glaive. He just picked it up. So the
one
timer
more.
we're talking about for the joy? One more?
Yeah, one more. Maybe the Blood Wings, or maybe a Winter Crown or something.
I'd say the rest of the team has to catch up. It's not just Andoryu they're waiting for.
Yeah.
Big J also needs a lot of catching up to do. He's just on his way to his 4th item. I'd reckon a Halberd of the Seas.
That's a big item, though. Like the amount of anti-heals that they have on their side, it's gonna reduce a lot of the shields coming out from Yawi and Benny.
All right, we got an end angle incoming. Lord marching through bottom. Top lane and mid lane. Chubby wave incoming for the Phoenix Army. Another penetration incoming, I'd reckon. In mid, look at this, circling eagle pulled off.
Already gonna go for it just for that turret. Lord's gonna finally go down. Next focus, the top one. Taking all the base turrets down. TNC will do that. Let's see if they still go for more. 3mar tanking up in the front side, and there's a ton of damage on Luis as Luis goes down already. The waves are gonna be cleared out, and Benny Cutie laying down the damage with that Zaman Force. Does picks up the concentrated energy, so they wait for the next waves to push in here. All base turrets down a member. Conceal going to be used now. Smart Omega, we'll see if they can hold it together, stay in the game. They clear out the waves already, still keeping it together, and now the Zaman Force drop down. Another circling eagle from Yawi.
Oh, God.
Just looking to focus on the base. Chaknu's gone, still breaking out the fight. They're pushing in with the minions, and they keep it all at bay as the base is worked on, and TNC will take game 1.
Slow and steady, flying towards that sweep. Match point for TNC, the Barangay. I don't think anything changed much. Well, despite Chakno being in, like it's
not looking good.
They tried changing the meta, that's for sure. Tried taking up the Baksha, but again, there were a lot of questions, a lot of doubts. So when they picked up the Baksha here for Chakno, it did work for